What's going on, YouTube? Happy Friday. Got an interesting video for you today. And I'm going to entitle this one basically what the title of this article says: People who worked incredibly hard to succeed. And this is a Yahoo article, and they focus on 10 people. But what's so interesting about this, I'm going to go over a couple of these guys, and I want you to let me know if you can notice a consistency in all of these people's work ethic. The first guy we're going to talk about, a lot of you know, well known, has retired from the sport, and still to this day is known all over the world. People still buy his products. A huge brand. Probably one of the best basketball players that ever stepped foot on the court. And yes, it is Michael Jordan. Now, what is it that made Michael Jordan successful? And I'm not going to go all into this because I have 10 people to go through. But basically, one of his work ethics was he spent his off seasons taking hundreds of jump shots a day. And for those of you who know a lot about basketball, Michael Jordan really wasn't an outstanding player when he first entered basketball. You know, wasn't really one of the top players. But he knew what his weakness was, and as Phil Jackson says, he was a humble guy. He knew what he had to work on, and that's what he did. His work ethic is what made him great. Not necessarily he had an unbelievable talent, because if he didn't work and do that off-season work, he wouldn't have been a great basketball player. Point blank. All right, next do we have here on the list? CEO of Starbucks, Howard Schultz, who actually came back to his position. Basically, the guy, his work ethic is he gets into the office by 6 a.m. and he stays until 7. And when he gets home, they say that this guy, he goes into the office on Sundays and reads emails from thousands of employees on Saturdays. I admire these people. I admire these people. These people are not complainers. They don't sit on their tush and complain about the government. They shut up and they get to work, which is what some of us need to do. Less of this, more of working. So hard work ethic again. There we go. Same thing. Let's see what number 3 has. See, does he have hard work in it? Another sports guy, Dallas Mavericks owner Mark Cuban. First thing it says about this guy: didn't take a vacation for 7 years while starting his first business. Look at that sacrifice. 7 years while starting his first business. Wow. Sounds like hard work to me. Doesn't sound like a slacker. Okay, let's see who else we have here. You know, remember that video I made about people watching the clock at 4:30? You think these guys are watching the clock? Nah. Phillies pitcher Roy, Halladay. Okay? This guy was a Cy Young award-winning pitcher. Okay? And a lot of pitchers have actually tried his workout that he does right before his games, and they're saying that he puts in this 90-minute workout. These guys can only make it halfway. They can't even finish the whole workout. Do you think that could be the reason why he was a Cy Young award winner? You know, because we see these people and we always like to say, oh, these guys are so gifted. Oh, these guys are so lucky. These guys have so talent. That we're so far-fetched. All we see now right now is consistency is hard work. Let's see what number 5 has. CEO of GE, first thing, spent 24 years. 24. 24 years putting in hundreds hours of week. Hundreds of hours a week. So 100-hour week, that's what he did for 24 hours. Say it comes in after a 5:30 a.m. workout. And what else is this? Starts watching the WNBC. So basically wakes up early in the morning, getting his mind right, and getting in the office. Let's move across some of these hard work people. That's what we see. CEO, Apple CEO, begins emailing at 4:30 in the morning. 4:30 in the morning. Say he's the first in the office and the last to leave. Not clock watching. First in the office and the last to leave. Look at that work ethic. CEO of Apple. Who else do we have here? This is interesting. Ryan Seacrest. The guy does a radio show from 5 to 10 a.m., runs a production company while appearing 7 days a week on E. I can't talk today for some reason. 7 days a week on E, and also appears on the Today Show and have guest appearances in other places. Ridiculous. And just received $300 million in private equity funding to acquire more businesses. Drive. Wow. Who else we have here? Nissan and Renault CEO. Two huge companies. Flies over 150,000 miles a year. So he runs two of the world's largest automakers. Works more than 65 hours a week. Spends 48 hours a month in the air. Wow. The Williams sisters. The powerhouses of tennis. Were hitting tennis balls at 6 a.m. by the time they were 7 to 8 years old. Hitting the tennis balls. And they've been doing this since 7 to 8 years old, before they go to school, and came back on the tennis court after school was over. And last but not least, who we have for number 10 here? Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant, basically, he completely changed his shooting technique after breaking his finger to still be able to operate at a high level. So he spends his free time endlessly practicing jump shots in the park. What was that? No, this was when he was in Philly. He would just go to the park and just endlessly just practice jump shots. And now, still to this day, he keeps that same work ethic. The Lakers staff finds him doing the same thing at their practice facility. When everyone else is gone, when everyone else is asleep, when everyone else is partying and have a good time and saying, you only live once, better spend that money. But here's the funny part. A person that has that lifestyle I just talked about, that always whines, that always spends money they don't have, always in debt. You don't hear people saying like, you know what, I want to be like that guy. I admire that guy. Or are people admiring people who do things like this? The Kobe Bryants, the Michael Jordans, the CEOs of Apple. Why do we admire those people? We admire them for who they are and what they do and the discipline. And we can mimic that same behavior, but it just takes a complete cleanse of the brain and discipline. So my last question to you is this, people. All of you want to be great. If you didn't, you wouldn't be watching this channel. You would be watching other channels where they talk about whining a lot. But if you want to be great, my question is to you, what are you going to do starting today to get on that path? So with that said, guys, I'm going to put this article in the video also. Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe. And until next time, signing off.